He's the founder and president of EGIGFA, and then he plays a role on a part-time basis. He's an administrative, yes, that's why it's an old one though, he's no longer that, so let me jump it. Then please, permission, when you come, you tell us, okay. Then he has been engaged in the internet governance and e-governance ecosystem for some time now. He was selected and trained as part of the Atlas 3 Summit held in Montreal, Canada during the ICANN 66. This makes him an ICANN at-large ambassador. He is also an ICANN fellow, Indian SIG fellow, and a fellow of Bangladesh SIG. He volunteered in various capacities in the ecosystem, such as NCSG delegates to the GNSO Standing Selection Committee. He's a member of the 2021 Afrinic Nomination Committee and ALAC representative to the 2021 and 2022 ICANN Community Excellence Award panel. He has since 2018 been a volunteer for the UN to collect data for the UN's biannual e-governance survey. In 2021, the ICANN Nomination Committee selected him as the African representative to the At-Large Advisory Committee, that's ALAC, for a 2-year tenure. He presently also serves as a vice chair for, no, I think that has changed, right? Okay, so I'll skip that as well. But he was a vice chair for the Communications Working Group of the UA, that's the Universal Acceptance Steering Group, chair of the Communication and Outreach Committee of the IS3C, which is a dynamic coalition within the global IGF. He's also the vice chair of the Online Safety Special Interest Group. Yes, old, so which has global membership within the Internet Society. He holds an MA, old, in adult learning and global change, another master's degree in information security, and a BA in business administration. He believes in giving back to the community in order to bring more people into the ecosystem. And that's clear for the past 6 years. Yeah. So indeed, he has actually brought over 200 and more into the ecosystem. So that is very commendable. So ladies and gentlemen, please let's welcome Raymond.
Thank you very much. To start with, I want you please join me, give a rousing applause to my team. Without them, we cannot come this far. And another special one to Gloria. The women in internet governance is no joke, but she's taking all the pressure, and she actually came in at the right time. Else, I'm not sure we have come, how far we have come as women in internet governance. So please give her another clap for me. Thank you, Team EGIGFA, and to our last baby, Gosway, for always putting us on our toes and being troublesome sometimes. And to confirm what Gosway just said about posting plenty, I was like, this guy, he's everywhere. So I was actually the first to get in touch with him. I actually noticed him and I got in touch with him. I was like, why are you everywhere? And that's how the conversation started. And for him to now say it was a strategy, the strategy actually really worked. Okay, so we always say in Team EGIGFA that we will teach you how to fish, we teach you how to cook the fish, and we teach you how to eat. So if we teach you all this and you don't practice it, then your ancestors are after you. And we are hoping with all the knowledge that we'll give you, you will not go back home and sleep with the knowledge. So when you see somebody sleeping, please tell the person, wake up. Don't sleep with the knowledge that will give to you. Do not sleep with that knowledge. Okay, so I'll rehash through my profile again. My current, as we all know, founder and president of EGIGFA. I'm an ICANN fellow, a proud one, of course. Chair of the communication working group of IS3C, a board member of Online Safety, and of course, Gosway is my boss there. I was vice chair for the UA communication team, at large ambassador, and I'm proud to say the only one so far in Ghana. And a member of the Internet Society Global and Ghana chapter, an ICANN mentor. I'm proud to say I'm now an ICANN mentor. So from ICANN 84 till 86, all the ICANN selection announcement you see, my name is there. So ICANN 84, if you go to the list, my name is there as the mentor for the at-large community. And that picture there is one of my memorable pictures where I represented the at-large as a member of the community selection committee, and I was proudly chosen to be the one to announce the winner. So I remember one guy, Nana Yao, was also in that program, and the guy was doing live Facebook live. I was saying Ghana Ni, Ghana Ni, telling everybody that that's a Ghanaian on that stage presenting and announcing the winner of the Community Excellence Award. That was ICANN 74 at The Hague. Then my past roles, I was in the role that Frank is currently playing, NCSG representative to the Selection Standing Committee. I was part of the Afrinic NOMCOM in 2021, and as I mentioned already, a member of the Community Excellence Award panel. So this committee is the one that selects the Community Excellence Personality of the Year. So that is the role that we play. It's a very critical role. Then I was in the ISOC Global Nomination Committee. That was 2023. And a mentor for the ISOC Youth IGF program for several years. And I was the African representative, as I mentioned already, and NCUC rep to the GhanaSIG Policy Committee. Now, everybody shared how their journey into the ecosystem has been. Mine has been very, very, very swift. Very swift. In the Bible, you remember Elijah happened to run and outrun somebody that was on the chariot, was on the horse. And that has been my story. So after my entry into the community was in 2017, 2018, not too long ago. So I've not even clocked 10 years yet as a community member. That's how I got to know about ICANN and the internet governance ecosystem. Actually, how that started, I can't remember up to today. All that I knew is I just got into the ecosystem. Who introduced me, I cannot pinpoint really at anybody, but I just found my way there. Maybe one day I can remember that. Then quickly, the next year, I was selected as the at-large ambassador for the training in ICANN 66 in Canada, and that has really been my entry into the ecosystem. It has opened all the doors for me. So unlike some people that would talk about GhanaSIG, mine has been the at-large ambassador training. That has really, really opened all the doors for me. And that was where I met Jacob. And from that program, we had another ICANN meeting here in Ghana. That's where I met Zarata as well. So that's how the journey started. Then just the same year, immediately I came back from that training, the ICAN 66, I told Jacob and Sarata and said them that, Charlie, guys, we have to set up something to start an engagement. It was as if it was just an idea, but by the time I finished telling them what to do, I really knew what we wanted. Everything, I wrote everything down very well, and we had our meeting, and I remember Madame Sarata gave us her office for us to have that meeting. And I told them, let's take picture, because one day we'll celebrate this day. And here we are. EGIGFA is all over. Once you hear EGIGFA GhanaSIG, we are all over. So just the same year, we founded the EGIGFA and the GhanaSIG and the IG Club. That same year that I attended the ICAN at Large Ambassador Training Program. Then the following year, quickly I became an ICAN Fellow. Then I joined the Afrinic Nomcom just the following year again after. So in 2 years after that, I joined the Afrinic Nomcom. And that same year, I got elected as an ELAC member. And for that one, it was a real experience and a journey that took grace. To those who are not Christians, you can let it out, you can ignore it, but those who are believers, grace also counts in this ecosystem. So being an ELAC member, mine was actually a prophecy at church. My senior pastor is here, Pastor Solomon is here, so he can bear it out. It was a prophecy at church that was going to represent Africa. I was going to represent West Africa, and I was going to represent Ghana. And it came to pass as such. And actually, when the journey was unfolding, I actually totally forgot about the whole thing. But fortunately, God brought people my way to support me in the process. The first person was Glenn McKnight. Glenn, out of the blue, just said, Raymond, apply for the ELAC. I'm like, me? I just joined the ecosystem in like 2 years, so I'm not qualified. He insisted, Raymond, apply. I started having goosebumps. And I actually did, and I applied. Fortunately, all the experience that they required, I have them. So I was just writing. Then my very good friend, I always say he's my best pal, my best friend in the ecosystem, AK Abdul Karim, was on my toes. Raymond, have you submitted your application? Raymond, have you done the interview? Have you done the follow-up writing? And actually, there was one time that I totally forgot that the deadline was that very day. AK was on my toes and reminded me, Raymond, you have only 3 hours more to submit. Else I'll have seriously missed out on this selection. And Olabimpe, AK is from Nigeria. So we have very good support from Nigeria as well as my team support. So AK has really played a role, and up to today, he's been one of my greatest support bases, and I'm so proud of that. So the other part, 2021, 2022, I joined the ICAN Community Excellence Award Committee panel. And 2021, 22, 23, 24, till now, the mentor for the ISOC Youth IGF program. And 2023, so I've actually given the date so that I can see why I said my journey has been very swift. 2023, the ISOC Global Nomination Committee. 2024, the NCC Rep. 2025, proudly the Women in Internet Governance program that my boss Gloria is seriously in charge. Then at ICAN Mentor, this has been one of the roles that I also say came to pass through my support base. My friend Laura just contacted me and said, Raymond, apply for that. And actually at the time I was going through a lot, some family issues, so I was actually losing out somehow. But Laura insisted, Raymond, apply. I said, no, I'm not ready for this. She insisted, Raymond, apply. And I did. Fortunately, I'm the type that I could just take pen and paper right now and the ideas, everything will flow. And I just quickly drafted a one-page application, and I sent it. I was there and I was contacted. Raymond, are you ready to become the ELAC mentor? I'm like, yes. And the announcement was made. Fortunately, I got selected with Sean, who presented earlier in the morning. He also got selected as the selection committee member for the ICANN Fellowship, whilst I am the mentor. So this has been my journey, very swift and very fast. And it's all by grace. So outside IG, I'm the head of admin and HR. So those of you who may be surprised, what I currently do is nothing related to IT. I'm into admin and HR. And I'm a pastor of the Inner Court Chariot Ministries. Now, let's go ahead. The last mile. How do you understand by the last mile? What is the last mile? The IT guys in the room. The last mile. Yes. Please use the mic.
So is the final connection from
Use that word again. Yeah? Use that word again. The what?
The final connection.
Use it again.
Final connection.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Final connection from the towers or maybe the source to homes. Yeah.
Thank you. So I was taking a course and I came across the last mile. I was like, wow, there's something like this that exists. So the last mile, as he said, you do all the digging from whichever source, you plant all the fiber, cables, online, everything. The last part that enters the user's place of abode or office or home, that's the last mile. So you do all the works, but it must be connected to the person's home to be able to use it. That's why the last mile is here. I'm saying the last mile in that we have given you all the trainings. We have taken all the online learning courses that you have taken and all the push. We are now at the last stage where we're going to teach you how to engage in the ecosystem. It was supposed to be hands-on. That's why I've sent the slide earlier on. But because of limited time, I'll just brush through. Maybe we'll have another time that we can do the hands-on. So why the need to engage in the internet governance ecosystem as an end user? Who can tell me why you must engage? I need two people to tell me why. Yeah, Ola Pimpe.
To be seen.
Yes, who else?
To bring on board the perspective of the end user in policy making.
Yes. Okay, the last one. The last one.
To make meaningful contributions.
To make meaningful contributions. Thank you. Those are all the excellent responses. So for me, we are looking for the next leaders. It's one of the reasons you should engage. We are looking for the next leaders. Those who started or even coined the term internet, are you sure they are still there by now? They are all gone. So you are looking for the next leaders that will take over from where somebody has left off. Secondly, we are looking, because policies made will actually affect you, whether you engage or you don't engage. Policies made will affect you. So for instance, let's assume that tomorrow there's this policy that says before you can use Facebook, you must bring your father's DNA before you can use Facebook. And at the time this policy was being made, it was publicly announced that they were going to do policies for Facebook usage, but we chose not to engage. Does it mean when that policy is made and you don't engage, it will not affect you? It will certainly affect you. Currently, I'm part of the domain transfer policy, and everything that is being done there whether you engage in it or not, it will affect you as an end user. So the policies will have impact on you whether you engage or not. So please, it is needed for you to engage. Thirdly, because we all have a constituency to engage in. You cannot say that you don't know where to engage or how to engage. Everybody has a role and a place to have an engagement. Then, lastly, the internet is for everyone. And during the online learning presentation and on the Facebook, on the WhatsApp platform, Olabimpe asked, what do you really mean by engage? I'm sure she will still ask, so I'll answer you. Then engaging in the ecosystem, these are the few things that I will encourage you to do. The first one is to decide on an ecosystem or a constituency to start with. So just start. Don't say you are still wondering, you are sitting down still wondering. Do not sit down wondering, just decide on one and start. The word is start now. Second, attend meetings. I can tell you that 2017 when I started, there were some meetings that I attended and volunteering roles that I played that I had no idea what they were talking about. So just as Gloria said, I had no idea what they were talking about, to the extent that I contested to be the African representative. And I had no idea what they were talking about. But fortunately, a few years later, then I recollected, oh, these were the things we were discussing. And it made meaning to me now. So just join the meetings. Whether you understand it or not, just join. When the sweet confusion settles and all the dots are connecting, you finally realize that, oh, okay, this meeting that I attended, that I had no knowledge what they were talking about, the dot has finally gotten connected and now understand what they were talking about. So don't shy away from the meetings. Attend the meetings. It's very important. Thirdly, join working groups, especially working groups where you may not necessarily need to be the head. So some of the working groups, they already have heads. They are just looking for members. So we have observers, we have representatives. So when you see such positions that they are calling for representatives to working groups, just join. Apply and indicate that you want to be an observer. It is new to you, but you want to be an observer in order to grow. What you put in the application also matters very much. They are looking for somebody who understands how the domain transfer works. You don't understand it, but you are a registrant. So you apply. Tell them that though you've not had that experience, you are a registrant, you are a domain owner. So this working group will really help you. So you want to join and volunteer. They will give it to you. So volunteer and join working groups. So those are what we mean by engage. I hope it's making meaning now. Then take leadership roles. A lot of people run away from leadership roles. And I'm happy I pushed Gloria and some other people to, I think about 3 or 4 people from the GhanaSIG team to apply for roles with NOMCOM. I intentionally did that because when you apply, they tell you what have you done as long as your community is concerned. What is your leadership skills, experience that you have had? If you don't know that these are the requirements for a position, how then do you prepare? So when you see the positions, quickly just go through it and see, okay, let me apply. It will really expose you a lot. And I'm very proud of God's way that the man has developed so fast and so well that when he starts writing emails, when he starts talking during meetings, I'm like, hey, is this the gospel you all know? He has developed so much, moderates sessions, and speaks to anybody with confidence. He writes emails, I'm like, hey, boss, you are really in charge. So unless you take up those roles, you will not learn and you will not develop in the ecosystem. Then also participate in policy formulations. Policy formulations also includes taking on when it is open for you to give feedbacks. engage in that one. It's one of the requirements for applications when you apply for ICANN fellowship and the rest. They'll ask you what has been your contribution towards the policy formulations. So it is important to participate in policy formulations. 6, volunteer, volunteer, and volunteer. Take up roles. It may not pay you well. It may not pay you by cash, but it will give you opportunities that you can never buy. It will give you leverages that you can never buy anywhere in the market. It will make you know people that you cannot walk to. But this, because you are all, for instance, you are in a committee with the ISOC CEO, he has no opportunity, he has no reason not to talk to you because you are at a leverage level with him. And that is the role Gospel has reached now, playing with all the big boys because of volunteering roles that he has taken on. And most importantly, please do not undermine anybody. What did I say? Do not, never try it. It will shock you. It will shock you. Somebody that you go and insult during IGF meeting, you go and meet the person who is the leader for an ISOC meeting. And is the one who is selecting the people for ISOC. You go and blast and fight with somebody in ISOC, you come to ICANN, he's the one doing the selection. Do not undermine anybody at all. It will shock you. Let me give you one example. Madam Sarata's mentor, when we started EGIGFA, she applied to join Team EGIGFA. And if Madam Sarata has said no, that ends it for her. You see how the world works. It's a very, very small world. So please do not undermine anybody. Treat everybody with respect. Treat everybody as co-equals. Treat everybody as you want them to treat you. The ecosystem is really very, very, very much connected. So it is a big ecosystem at the same time, very small and very, very connected. So treat everybody with respect. Experience matters in the ecosystem. So I'll use myself as an example. You remember what Frank said. He's volunteering for the GhanaSIG NOMCOM has given him a leverage to be selected to the GNSO Selection Standing Committee. Do you remember that? It has been the same for me. So I started, at the time I was applying for the GNSO Selection Standing Committee, I told them, oh, in my office, I do recruitment and selection. So this thing that you're asking for, I have it in the office. So give me that role. And I was appointed for it. And when Afrinic people were looking for somebody into the NOMCOM, the requirement is experience in selection in the IG space, which I already have by my role in the Selection Standing Committee. So that gave me a leverage to be selected for the Afrinic NOMCOM. Are we getting the linkage? So please start small. Just use the basic that you want. Volunteer and that experience will come. And when they were looking for the Community Excellence Award panel, it is also a selection role. So I told them I was part of the Afrinic NOMCOM. I was part of the GNSO. So why not? I have that experience. And I was given. Then the bigger one for me is the ISO Global NOMCOM. It was a very huge stage for me that I was really, really, really proud of. I'm not sure if there were other Ghanaians who had ever played that role. So and I was the only black in the NOMCOM. So it was a big role, which all the experience that I have had counted. So experience matters in this ecosystem. If you don't start small, how will you gain that experience? And those who have good eyes and can read, if you look at it, let's all look at the bottom, the last bullet point there. Previous, please, who can read it for me? So this was the requirement for the ISO Global NOMCOM, and that was the requirement, which I met. So quickly, the role was given to me. So the experience really matters. Now, we are going to look at the details of some of the constituencies that you can join. Have you all opened the PDF? Have some people opened it? Okay. So the first one is the IGF. They call it the national and the regional initiatives. So my presentation is a practical one. So all my presentations have links to where you are supposed to do what. They are all there. So if you click on the N, where you see the NRR, this one, the link is there. It takes you there. Then propose sections and host sections for the IGF, be it national, regional, or global. Then, of course, volunteer for your IGF. Then you can initiate one in your country if there is none. So currently, they are having youth IGF, and I've even seen during the Ghana IGF recently, they have children IGF. So if they don't have some of these in your country, so this one will regard to Olabimpe. If they don't have the youth IGF, children IGF, you can propose it to them that you want to start one with them. So initiate one in your country, and our fellows from Bangladesh, from the other Nepal, Kenya, Benin. If you don't have any of these NRRs in your countries, you can initiate one. Then the dynamic coalitions. The dynamic coalitions are a subset of the IGF, which are special for them, and they focus on specific topics. So the link in the right side, you can see some of them, the dynamic coalitions on accessibility and disability. If you remember, Sean mentioned that he's aware that there was a DC for the disabled. Who remembers? So that is the one. So if you click on the list of DCs, you see the list of the DCs there on the right side. So it will take you to some of the lists that you see on the right side. My session was actually supposed to be 2 hours, but if I want to do 2 hours now, I will not close now, and we'll miss out on the jump for pictures. So I wouldn't make it hands-on as I intended it to be. Now, ICANN, as we all know, is a multi-stakeholder entity, and everybody has a room to play. And I will encourage you to subscribe to the ICANN announcement mailing list. So those who have the slide can just click on that list now and subscribe now. It's in the classroom. So those who are on it, who is on the slide now? Okay, so please click the list and see what comes. So you subscribe from that side. Then at large. The at large is the community for individual internet users, as we already know. And the at large also have 5 regional at large organizations. And each of the ALSs, each of the RALOs have what we call the at large structures. The at large structures are the organizations that represent the end users from various countries and locations. So for you to engage in at large, you need to first go through the ALS. You need to first go through the ALS. Then these are the various RALOs, which I'm sure we already know about. Now, how to become an at-large member? First, you become a member through an accredited at-large. So, at-large structure, ALS. So those of you who are in Ghana and you do not belong to either ISOC or in Ghana, we have ISOC and EGIGFA as the only 2 ALSs in the country. So if you want to engage, one, as a GhanaSIG fellow, it is automatic for you. You engage through EGIGFA, so you don't need to go and do any applications anymore that you want to join the at-large family. All you need to do is complete the form that you are already a member of EGIGFA, and that gives you the opportunity to engage. So when you are creating your SOI and they ask you of your ALS, you just indicate EGIGFA. So for us, EGIGFA, engaging through EGIGFA ALS is not open to anybody. It is open strictly to our fellows, because we don't want anybody to go and say it's part of EGIGFA ALS and they don't even know what it means to be internet governance. What if they ask you what is internet governance, they cannot even explain. Another option is to accredit your organization as a new ALS. So those of you who have NGOs that are playing roles in internet governance or in the digital space, you can accredit your entity to become an ALS in your country. And it gives you some privileges. That one, which is voting rights. When there are meetings that need the reps of the ALSs to be there, you'll be given that opportunity and be funded to represent your ALS. At this stage, I always give this caution. Please do not go and accredit an entity that you do not have the right to. Do not go and misrepresent your organization. I'm not saying from this presentation that go and all of a sudden go and say that your NGO that you work with, you are going to accredit them to become an ALS in Africa. When you are caught, please, you are on your own. So please seek concrete permission from your entity if you want to accredit them, because when the opportunities start coming, they will start coming after you. Why are you engaging? How are you engaging? And it is at that point that you are going to tell them you are engaging through the organization. They will ask you who gave you the opportunity. So please seek concrete permission from your entities before you get them accreditation to become an ALS. Then you can also become an individual member. So if you don't want to engage through EGIGFA or through ISOC, you can become an individual member, which is allowed. Then the link here, you see the here, take you to the ALS application page. So after here, you can go through it. If you need any help, I'll be able to walk you through it and how to apply. Then I'll suggest for you to join the various mailing lists. And the one I will have been happy if you can all join now is the Afri-Discuss mailing list, which is the AfraLo mailing list. So if anybody can copy this link and paste it on the WhatsApp platform, let's all join now. I'm on page 19 now. So if somebody can copy this link into the WhatsApp platform so that everybody will join the AfraLo mailing list. Then there are other mailing lists for you to join, which also have the link there. And working groups. There are quite a number of working groups that are open. Some are not open that you can join. So you click on the join, it will take you to that list and you see. So pay attention to open, close, and those ones. So once it's open, you'll be able to join and engage in the activities. So if you click on the link, it will take you to the list where you can see the other working groups. Then NCSG. So the purpose of NCSG is to bring together the representatives of people that are non-commercial registrants and those who have a domain name and the rest. That's the purpose of the NCSG. Under NCSG, we have two entities, sub-entities, which is the NCUC and the NPOC. Non-commercial user constituency and the non-profit organization constituency. So those two are under the NCSG. So both NCSG and membership of NCSG and NCUC and MPOC is open to both individual and corporate representatives. I'll explain that in further slides. So if you want to join as an individual member or organizational member, the link here will take you to that place. But let me explain. The NCUC is open to both organizational members and individual members. However, MPOC is strictly for organizational members. So if you are applying, you click on the link, and you want to apply to join NCSG. If you are not applying as an organization, you will not be able to join the MPOC. You can join, however, as an individual. So the link there takes you to how you can join. Then the Security and Stability Advisory Committee, those of you who are into the cybersecurity, this is one of the constituencies that you can join. Though the application process is really very tough and very demanding. You even go through an interview before you can join. You even go through an interview before you can join. But I will encourage you, do not let that deter you. I think I've made quite a number of the GhanaSIG fellows to try joining some of them. So the application form is there. You just click on it and you'll be able to apply to join. Some other constituencies that you can join is the commercial stakeholder, for those who are into the commercial sector. So under the commercial sector stakeholder group, we have the commercial business users, we have the intellectual property. So, Madam Lawyer, the intellectual property is your constituency. So you just click on that link and you see how you can join them. And they are quite very welcoming. And Jake is already a member there. So please hold Jake's hand. He's the one, our VP for legal. Please hold his hand and he'll be able to show you the way. So we have the ISP, which we currently have only one Ghanaian that is in the ISPC in ICANN. And I had a very rough experience where I brought together a huge entity that has members of internet service providers in Ghana to do a presentation from the ISPC constituency in ICANN to explain to them why they can join. One of the frustrating moments for me was after everything, one of the administrators just said, why should we join? And that ended all the conversation. He put off everybody, and since then, nobody else joined. But fortunately, we have a Ghanaian who is a GhanaSIG fellow who provides internet service, and he has joined. So far, he's the only Ghanaian ISP in the ISPC. So if you are related to any of the ISPCs, please, you can join this very ecosystem, this very group, which will be very beneficial to you. So we have the registrars and the stakeholder groups. All the links have, all the things I've posted, they have the link. So yours is just to click on it. That's why I said we have given you all that you need. We are showing you what we are not telling you go and join. I've given you everything that you need to join. So what will be your excuse again? Just click. And I've even showed you how you can do it. So just click and you join. What else will you want? So the ISOC Special Interest Group. Who remembered what I said about the DC, the dynamic connection? What did I say about it? Who remembers? The dynamic collation. What did I say about it? Who remembers? Anyone? Okay, so the dynamic collations are special groups within the IGF with special needs that they want to meet. And in ISOC, theirs is the special interest group. So that of the IGF is the dynamic collations, and ISOC is to what? The IGF is what? What is their SAP? And ISOC, their SAP is what? Special interest groups. So when you hear somebody talking about the dynamic collations, you can quickly know what the person is talking about. It's talking about a unit within the IGF. When somebody is talking about the special interest groups, you know where the person is coming from. So you not meet somebody who is talking about special interest group, then you now start confusing the person about IGF. The person will not be able to understand. So these are the special groups within which are playing specific roles within the IGF and ISOC. So apart from joining the ISOC chapters, please join the special interest groups. Their leverage is even way higher than the ISOC leadership roles. Way higher. So what the role Gospel is in is a global one. However, the ISOC leadership roles are national. So Gospel is overseen as the lead for the online safety special interest group. He's leading a global team. The ISOC leadership are just leading the groups that they are leading, not global. So the exposure in the special interest group is huge. So I encourage all of you to join as many of them now. I would not say when you get home. Join now and start your engagement. So how do you do it? So I'm not telling you go and join. I will not show you how to do it. So this is how to do it. When you go on the Internet Society page here, you must create a group. You must create a username that will take you there. When you go, you see join a chapter. Have you seen it? Join a chapter. So you can join any other chapter. Like me, I'm part of the, I think, Sierra Leone or Liberia chapter. So you can join other chapters in addition to your chapter. So all Ghanaians here, please join the ISOC Ghana. Nigeria, join the ISOC Nigeria. Okay, so they'll have to add you to the mailing list. But don't wait. You can join the special interest groups, which will give you an equal leverage. Yes. So how to join the special interest group? When you go to the page, you see after home. What do you see? Chapters. You see the 6 there. So you click on the 6 and to take you to all the list of the special interest groups. Yours is just to click and join. It's as simple as that. So these are some of the special interest groups that you can see there, the community networks, blockchain, and the rest. So depending on your interest, so we have cybersecurity and the rest. Depending on your interest, you join the one that you like and start engaging from there. And once again, when the leadership roles open for special interest group, I'll encourage all the fellows to apply for as many of them. The experience is huge. GigaNet. So the GigaNet for me is the two know people. That's how I call them. It is for the academics. So Doc, that is your space. Once you have a PhD and you tell them that you are exposed to internet governance, they quickly take you. I'm talking of GigaNet. GigaNet. That's a special group, internet governance academic network. So you have to join. No, GigaNet. GigaNet is only one. It's not ISOC. This not. No, it's not. We finished with ISOC. ISOC, I ended at the special. Oh, okay. So ISOC, I ended at the special interest groups. So now we've moved to the next one, which is the GigaNet, which is for the academic networks. And it's just one, and it's global, and they will only take you if you are PhD. So all the PhDs here, where is Professor Budu? Okay, so that's also, I want feedback that you have joined before the week ends. I'm not saying tomorrow. You have to join before the week ends. Whether you can read the email, that's my second priority. But join now. In applying, it's quite a bit lengthy, but I'm not sure it is too difficult for you. If you can go through GhanaSIG application, I'm sure this one will be cool for you to just apply and join. So they have full membership and observer memberships. So so for me, as at now, I'm still an observer because they claim I don't have PED, so they will not give me a full membership. So I've given quite a detailed information there. So what they will require in your application is your email, the affiliation, your location, the membership you are applying for, whether it is full membership or observer, then statement of purpose, then short professional biography, and up to 5 keywords. As usual, where do you apply? It is here. It is down there. But I am not discouraging those who don't have PAGs not to apply. Please just try it. Who knows? They may give you full membership. Now, the regional internet registries, as we know, we have 5, so I wouldn't go through that. How do you get engaged with them? I will encourage you to first join the Afrinic, since most of us here are Africans, join the Afrinic mailing list. You remember Sean mentioned about Afrinic several times. So how do you join? Just click on the list there. Mailing list is there. So it will take you to a series of mailing lists that you can join. You just click on and you join one of them when I finish. Okay, so let me clarify. GhanaSIG email is for you forever. It's for you forever. So you can decide how to use it. So it's for you. So those who don't become full fellows, theirs will be deactivated by tomorrow. So yours is for you forever. Yes. So things to do. I'm ending my presentation. 1, familiarize yourself with the IG acronyms. We are fortunate enough to have ICANN that has listed most of the acronyms. So you click on the link here, that will take you to the acronyms. Familiarize yourself with them. So that when you attend a meeting and they are talking about CPWG, you not go home and be thinking they are referring to Ghana Water. So familiarize yourself, and as a reminder, decide on a constituency that you want to join and do what? Do what? So do what? Okay. Then what you must do, read and keep learning. Then 3, do what? Observe, relax, and familiarize. Familiarize yourself before you start engagement. I think Sean also mentioned that. So familiarize yourself before you start engagement so that you don't disgrace yourself. Always leave your presence in any meeting you attend. When you attend any meeting, at least say a greeting or ask question in the chat. Always leave your presence in any meeting you attend. Tomorrow it will make meaning to you. Always. Then enjoy the sweet confusion. The sweet confusion is when you are starting, you will not be able to understand some of the things, but the more you engage, you're able to now understand what it is. So the early stages is the sweet confusion. Relax and just go through it. It's just like you are running away from death. By all means, you will die. So enjoy the sweet confusion, and then it will give you the exposure you need to be able to engage. Then keep getting engaged and involved. And lastly, volunteer. And as I mentioned already, the ecosystem is huge and interconnected. So build a very good reputation. Reputation really matters. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my Oga. I think we've had a lot of information today, and we thank you for sharing that engagement list. And we have a lot to do. As boss, we will always say action now. So please, we take action now, not tomorrow. And he will say nobody has more than 24 hours. That's one term of his. If he gives you assignments and you don't do it on time, and you always say you are busy.